What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rawstocks. This is Rustic. Today we're going to be taking a look at Tesla's chart. We're going to look at where price came from, where price ended today, and where price is likely to head tomorrow and into the rest of the week. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below. We got the Rawstocks website up and running, fully launched. Check it out. Links to the Discord there, links to the upgrade section, links to all the social medias. So do us a favor, check it out. Let's go ahead and jump into the chart. We got a nice fresh chart here. We're going to take a look at the weekly first. You can see the last 2 weeks we've had, kind of doji-like candles, right? Not a whole lot of movement. We go up, we go down, and we've seen this on the, daily chart, on the 1 hour chart. But you can see we're just kind of like hovering around that like 173, 175 range, right? We're seeing tops around like 183, 185 range. So kind of in that $10 range where we've just been kind of consolidating. If you look at the weekly chart after that breakout that we had back in April, right, with the earnings, and then we had that, that nice gap up, you can see that we're still below the 20 period on the weekly chart. And you can also see with the 200 period, which is this blue line here, that we're below it. Okay, when we popped up, we popped down, we popped up, we came back down, we rejected, or we bounced from it, we came under, we rejected it. So this 200 is basically our pivot point, right? Or this 200 period, not 200 price. It is right around the 200 price range, but that's going to be our pivot point. Once we get above there, that's going to be our confirmation that we could be looking for a breakout higher, right? Or we might kind of hover around that area and then potentially break out from there. So that's going to be the real true test, is when we run back up there. You can see on the week of April 29th, we ran a test of it. We rejected. We've come back down. We have not run another test of it. So that's going to be something that we're looking for to see if we break down further, right? Maybe we run one more test and then we cycle back down. So we'll be watching that weekly chart as the weeks continue on, or even into the end of the week if we start to push up above the 20 period, right? We have a descending 100, we have a descending 50 that are still above the 200 period. So if we can get above that 20, we can get the 20 to crawl up on the weekly. We can make a push on that 200 period. And then if we can get above there, we can make a run at old highs. Let's drop into the weekly chart. Oh, also on the weekly chart, I want to look at RSI, that we are above the moving average. And so if we do come back down a little bit this week, right, we'd be right around that moving average line on the RSI. We could see a bounce from there, right? Also don't see any meaningful fair value gaps as far as the weekly chart goes. We did see that we came down into this large fair value gap here, and we did hold it as support now, as we, again, that week of earnings drew back down into that fair value gap. So that could be all she wrote with that fair value gap. We came into it once, we came into it twice, right? That could be a really good support level. Then we wouldn't be expecting the $100 price range. So we'll jump over to the daily chart now. On the daily chart, you can see we're really just kind of hugging that 20 period and that 50 period. Okay, every time we pop over, we kind of run a test back down too. Today, we came back down and closed right at it. They're kind of lined up. We haven't seen the 20 cross the 50 yet. So once we see that 20 cross the 50, if we get it, then we could see that 20 period on the daily start to move us up. Okay, you can also see that as we've come back down, came down to the 20, right? Rebounded up, back up above it, came back down, tested it, right? Tested it. I mean, it's just been nonstop testing the 20 period. So we're not getting like a bunch of movement. We continue to kind of run these tests of the 100 period on the daily chart. As you can see, again, we pushed up. We didn't quite get to it, but we pushed up again near it. And so again, we want to get above the 20 period, above the 50 period here, and then we can make a run back above the 100, which is 185, right, currently, and then a run at the 200 period moving average on the daily chart. Okay, as far as fair value gaps go, we had one here. We closed it officially back on May 10th. Okay, we do have a fair value gap here, and we'll see if we ever get back down to it, but we could watch that as well. It's going to be 144, to 157.5, so 144.5 to 157.5, right? If we do give up these levels and we start to drop, it's likely that we'll drop at least to 151, right? See us dig into that fair value gap a little bit, potentially find support there. You can see daily on the RSI, we're just kind of bouncing and hovering right around the middle. You know, it's no surprise that we're kind of just getting, consolidated into this Tesla vote that's coming next week. And so I think that's going to be our big catalyst for the move up or down. Now we might get a fake out that comes a little bit before that, and then the real move comes after the vote. So just be watching for those things as well. We drop to the 1 hour chart. On this chart, I'll go ahead and let's see. Go ahead and draw our little trend line as well so we can continue to track that. But again, the moving averages are kind of acting as the trend line as well on the daily chart. We can say something like that, maybe even something like that, you know, whatever. But you can see either way that we're, you know, continuing to coil into this apex of this triangle, and it's going to have to, at least with this one, going to have to break before Friday. Okay, we're getting very tight on the daily chart. And so we are going to be looking for that breakout to occur. I mean, if we ran it all the way to Monday, it would literally be at the apex basically. So I'd be looking for like a Wednesday, maybe even Thursday for that movement to start happening as far as the breakout or the breakdown. Drop into the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart just shows us a little bit closer how that coil looks. Get it real blown up. But you can see again, we got flat moving averages. Okay, they're not lined up. They're not lined up like in a bullish formation. You got the 100 period below the 200. Okay, and then we got the 20 and the 50 lined up here. So we see that run up this morning, right? Equal highs right here at liquidity or relative equal highs. You could say, you know, it hit that trend line. You could also adjust it a little bit. This looks like it broke over, but my other chart I was tracking, it hit right onto it. Either way, you can see those equal highs. Okay, and then we continue to use this 100 period as our support, and we keep going back up and over the 200 period, just oscillating. Right, same thing on the 4 hour. We got the RSI, you know, just kind of hovering right around that middle zone. So there's going to be a lot of room for this to move up or down, right? It's not like we're overbought or oversold. We're just consolidating, and we're very neutralized, which, is really interesting because it doesn't give us as much signals. And you can see that we could argue, you know, that we're setting higher lows. As far as, you know, we got a low over here, a higher low, got some equal lows, we get a higher low today, right? So you could argue that that we're having higher lows, but we're also getting lower highs, right? We had that run up. Okay, we got equal highs here. Now we got equal highs here. So, you know, obviously we're just in this kind of flag, this triangle pattern, just waiting for it to break out. Again, I'm really looking for that breakout to come, anywhere from Tuesday to Friday, but I'm guessing more like Wednesday, Thursday. So we'll be watching it very closely. 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart's below all the moving averages. Right? We drop below that 200 period. RSI below 50, below the moving average. You know, we do have a bearish fair value gap that we'll need to watch. But what I've noticed through this consolidation range is we'll get, you know, like a bullish fair value gap here, right? That one ended up staying open. Then we'll get more bullish fair value gaps, and then they just get closed down, right? And then we'll get a bearish fair value gap. And then that one gets closed down. Right? That one's bearish. Then we get this bullish one here, right? And then that one gets closed down. So when we're in this consolidation, you can see that we have a very clear support and resistance. We have this 1 hour order block. This 1 hour order block has been being held as support. You can see we can continue to dig back and drop down to it. Didn't quite get there today, but pretty close. But that's where you see this ascending support level, right? As we continue to see price make higher lows, but every time we push up, we're getting slapped back down. So these large 1 hour fair value gaps are not acting as very good indicators as areas to go long or short. And so really just be watching these trend lines, this 1 hour order block that goes as high as 174.29, low of 171.44. So when we come back down towards this order block or this ascending support line, then that's where we're looking to buy. Okay. And we're looking to go long, or you can go short if you like to go short as we approach this descending. Now, again, we're looking for the breakout soon, so I wouldn't get too, married to that now. We've been playing this back and forth the last, like couple weeks. I haven't been playing the shorts. We've been playing the longs as we come back down into this like 173 to 175 range, and we've been riding them up, closing positions as we enter above 180, all the way up to 183. So we're running out of time to play the chop. So definitely be looking for, the breakout or breakdown as we move into the rest of the week. Last chart we'll look at today, 15-minute chart, below all the moving averages. Saw that nice silver bullet that ripped us up today. Then we faded it, came back down during our lunch session into a 15-minute order block. That's probably, and that support level or that support trend line. So most likely fell down, test that order block, pop back up, right? Went flat. Even flat into the PM session, flat into aftermarket, right? We have the moving averages on the 15-minute chart going flat as well as our RSI fairly neutralized. So makes room for a move up or down tomorrow. So we'll just be watching for those 1-minute chart entries as we look to take some trades tomorrow in the Rawstocks trading Discord. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for the support. I hope this video has been helpful. It would be a great deal. It would mean a great deal to me if you guys could smash a like, subscribe, share with your friends. Trying to get the word out there. Again, don't forget to take a look at the Rawstocks website. Links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.